Welcome back to Realistic Fishing. I'm out here this morning to fish with this. This is an old Abu Garcia Black Max 3600. And guess what? No magnetic brakes. I'm fishing with a 5/8 ounce lipless crank. Let's see if I can cast this thing. So like I said, Abu Garcia 3-bearing bait caster. It's old. The paint's worn off. Look at that. No magnetic brakes. Kids these days would piss their pants. I'm fishing that on a H2O Express 7-foot Classic Edition. It's all in the tension knob right here. It's all in how you use your thumb. So you're going to have to slow this down on your own if you don't want it to backlash. Let's get going. And it casts far. Am I snagged on something already? My bait's not quite swimming right. Let's see what's up. And I caught a shad on my first cast, so that's a good sign that they're out there. Maybe if I'm not foul hooked on a shad, I can get a bite. Let's keep trying. Look at that thing. So this is a slower reel. I would guess it is 5 point something to 1. However, it has a large spool, so when the large spool is full of line, the diameter of the spool is higher, so it picks up more line. There's all sorts of calculations and stuff to let you know how fast it's going to go, and I would say this is about as slow as I would want to go. I'm used to 7 to 1. This is 5 something to 1, and while it still works, you're going to spend a lot of time reeling. But look at that cast. So I could even loosen this tension up a little more and try to get a longer cast. But when I do that, I'm risking a backlash. You know, I can keep it controlled with my thumb to a certain extent, but if it gets going too fast, there's no way I'll be able to stop it in time. Had to reach way back on that. It started to over spool on me, so I lift my arms up, pull them back, make that spool keep spinning so that that line can come off. Again, no magnetic brakes, guys. 50% tension knob, 50% thumb control. What did I catch here? A little clam. Well, wrong species. Fish. Fish. What is this? Oh, it's a shad. I'm all excited like bass. Let me set this down, take the hook out. Last thing I need is a shad putting a treble hook in me. There we go, a sticky gizzard shad. A lot of people like to use this for bait. Jumped right out of my hands. Like I was saying, a lot of people like to use this for bait. Let's let it go. Damn it. Shad. And now my hands are all sticky and gross. Gross shad stink. Well, that's 2 fish so far today. 1 threadfin shad and 1 gizzard shad. I guess I'll try down this way. We'll go fish off the dock. So far, so good. I'd like to get a fish, so let's keep trying. I'm a little more likely to get snagged in wood or something in this area, but I wasn't really catching anything over there, so I thought I'd come try it anyway. Let's cast into the wind. No backlash. Alright, just a few more casts over here. Then I'll call it quits for this area. I think the secret to casting a bait caster, and especially one like this, is you're not necessarily casting the bait as far as you can and letting the spool freely unwind the whole time. It's much more about spool management. You need to keep your eye on that spool. I mean, you got to worry about the spool first and the bait second. When I cast it and I first let go and I hear it whee, I hear that noise. The first thing I do is listen for that noise. The second thing I do is see where my lure is. At the same time though, I'm always keeping track of how fast this is going. If that lure is about to hit the water and that's still screaming, thumb. If I just want to stop the lure because I'm happy with the distance, thumb. If I start to see backlash, thumb. It's all in the spool management, not in how far my bait is going. See that? Stopped it with my pointer finger. Doesn't matter how you stop it. You just need to keep track of that spool. There's a song, there's a rhythm to the whole thing. You got to get a feel for it. It's not just, I'm going out there, I'm casting, look at me, Mom, I'm doing it. There's a technique, there's a finesse. You actually got to practice it. You got to learn what works and what's comfortable for you and then practice it. Like I said, no magnetic brake. This is just a straight tension bait caster. I'm whipping it out there. I'm not afraid. I know how to control the spool. After doing it successfully for a while, your brain will know what it's supposed to be sounding like when the cast starts, when the cast finishes. You got to get a feel for it. Let's see if I can keep it in frame and just watch the spool. Watch me put my thumb on it at the very end. I'm pretty sure I picked up this beautiful bait casting reel for about $5 at a local pawn shop. And it casts like a dream. Sure, the technology is 25 years old, but if you're not a complete sissy who relies on all the newest tiny little gadgets and ways to make it so easy an idiot can do it, you would realize that this is a beautiful reel. Trying to show you guys how that timing works. It's all in that timing. There's a rhythm. If you're going to be out there fishing, get good. Don't become dependent on the newest, easiest way to do it. I learned how to cast on stuff like this, so I don't need the newest, easiest thing to cast. I don't get backlashes every 5 seconds. It's even easier to cast the new stuff. It's all part of getting good. And don't worry about people who say, oh, you're right-handed, you should be using a left-hand retrieve. Oh, this. Oh, you're holding it wrong, the crossover. You shouldn't be doing this ever. All of that is bullshit. Whatever works for you, whatever feels best for you, that's what you need to be doing. That's how you're going to learn. Well, the fishing may have sucked today, but the casting did not. This old Abu Garcia 3600 did very, very well. I'm quite impressed with it. Thanks for watching Realistic Fishing. Keep it realistic.